Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy reading for the element of fire. But we're looking at love and relationships for fire this time, and fire covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So if you're Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or have fire high up in your chart, then this reading is for you. And this is looking at all areas of relationships for you. And how I like to do mine is we look at the singles under fire first, and then we will look at those in relationships, whether it's you or the fire in the relationship or it's your partner. And we look at which chakra and what is the focus for the upcoming time period. So for our fire singles, we are in I'm going to say this is probably the first chakra. I've been working with this deck a lot, but I still don't remember where all the numbers sit. But we're in the energy of fear, and that's not always a good thing. But fear is also a learning experience. Fear is how we grow. When you're able to conquer your fears, this is shifting us out of our negative or lower states. And sometimes we have to confront our fears to be able to move past a situation. So fire singles, I'm hearing if you're unsure whether you should ask that person out, maybe examine why you're having that fear. Is it fear of rejection, or is it you're not good enough? Because I'm hearing from God Source Divine that this is not a true statement. You are good enough, and it's a lot of it's how you approach a situation, and that's where we have to conquer our fears and step forth in a confident way. And that's what they're saying. For your fire singles, this is either conquering your fear of being alone, which is also a fear, or overcoming that obstacle of, I just need to get up there and do it. Because once you've talked to the person, most of the time, it boils out to they're just as nervous as you are. So we are looking in our first chakra, which is your root chakra, and I read from the books so that we can get a broader idea of what is being said here. So with our fear, we have the deity of Kali. Kali sounds like an odd one for relationships, but if you look at her beyond just what you see in the movies, she is a terrifying goddess, but there's way more to her than what you might think. And she actually does work really well with those who are feeling downtrodden or outcast. There is an entire group of mystic people, we'll call them that actually do see her as kind of the goddess of one of the goddesses of the LGBT people, because she protects the oddballs and the outcasts, and that's how they've been through history. So having Kali coming in to confront your fears is actually a good thing. So let's see what it has to say here. Kali is one of the incarnations of the divine feminine energy. She is associated with what for most people is the biggest fear in life, which is death. Her tongue sticking out and her hair in wild disarray. She can look angry and appear strangely demonic, but at other times she can appear beautiful and shower her devotees with gifts of compassion. The sword she uses to sever the ego and destroy the demons inspires fear, protects us against it, and it can also dissolve fear in general. Her mala of human skulls, which is this gigantic necklace she's wearing here, shows her disinterest in outside beauty and her disdain for pride. The other thing with Kali, and this is kind of cool, is when she's in her fury, when her rage is up, she's defending, this is what she looks like. When she is in her mother aspect, the way I've come to understand Kali, she is a triple goddess, mother, maiden, crone. But in her, it is maiden, mother, warrior. Because in her warrior state, it's that death and transformation. It's that we're going to end this and start something over. But when she's in her mother mode, she is still authoritative. Do not get me wrong. You cannot pull one over on Kali. But she's way more gentle, and she's willing to hear you out. Now, trust me, if you call on Kali, she's going to call a spade a spade. You can't lie to this deity ever. And she's She can be gentle, but there's times where sometimes we need that little swift kick to wake us up. And fire, overcoming your fear is going to be a big one. Working with your root chakra, maybe you're feeling a little ungrounded as well, but this is a time to reconnect with yourself, single fires, because you can't really approach someone else if you're not at least anchored down into yourself. You may not know everything about yourself yet, that's fine, but be anchored in your own body so you're not kind of spacey during this. But we have some key words here: lack of awareness, insecurity, fear, stress, getting caught in others' demands or expectations, and then there's a shadow of deception energy. So this is also saying don't allow yourself to be fooled. That's not going to benefit you, and that's where we have to be careful when we're approaching things, fire singles, because you might get a lot of good cues, and so we're making progress, just to have someone, be ruthless. And fire, this is why they're saying take the time. Sometimes you're looking in a situation like, oh yeah, I can do this, and you try to psych yourself up, but there's just something that's not right there. Those are generally indications that God Source Divine is saying, you're getting the idea, just not with this person, please. So let's look at the tarot and see what else it has to add for our fire singles. We have the 10 of Winter, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of addiction or codependency. This is saying that if it's all right if you want to remain single for a while. You have done what you've needed to do, and now you've got some life experience. The 10 of Winter is saying you're in a good spot right now. So fire singles, the fear that you might be feeling right now is really not something that needs to be dealt with, like fought through. Acknowledge it and let it fade. It's not worth fighting right now because you've already conquered a lot of your battles, and what society expects, or my mom or my dad or my whoever expects me to. Okay, they can expect it over there. But you're working on conquering and working and grounding within. And as a fire single, that means there may be some passionate energy that's boiling up. But why is it doing this? What else is being triggered? So we have the 3 of Summer, news worth celebrating, announcements such as weddings, graduations, or birth, and friends you can cherish. You are in a good place, fire singles, and if that means you're looking to maybe partner up, the 3 of Summer is saying those are options. You're also in a really positive state just in general with these 2 cards, which also equal 13, which is awesome. With these 2 cards, because it's saying if you want a relationship, there's a lot of energy building up to help you open that door. If you're not, the 10 of Winter says, cool, you're where you need to be then. So in reality, the fear is like the fear of missing out. What am I not doing right? What do you feel that you need to do? So fire singles, you're in a good spot. You're being called to ground back into your physical self, ground back into the now moment. Don't worry so much about the future. You'll get there. Don't stress over that. But we also have that Kali energy of what's going on that needs to be conquered. What energy is it? Doubt? Is it shame? Is it other people's expectations? Do they really matter? So when we look at all of those in the aspect of Kali and the root chakra, what feels the most important to you to deal with right now? What is it that you need to focus on? It could be a relationship, or it could be go out and have fun with your friends. Let life happen, and in your awareness, in your joy, in the peace and quality of being who you are, you may just bump into the right person, and down the aisle you go is where it's going to happen. And it'll happen so easily that there was no work involved, because you overcame that need, that desire, that illusion that something has to be a certain way. Fire singles, you do your own thing most of the time. You and water are like the polar opposites of each other, but you both have this attitude of, I'm going to do it my way and everyone else can pound sand. Embrace that this month, fire, because fire singles, you've got some fear to overcome, but it's actually the fear of other people's expectations. So let's take a peek at our fire couples and see what we've got boiling between the fire couples. We have Ooh, this is a peaceful one. Number 45, which is the oneness energy. Before I look in the book, my first impressions here with this one is fire couples, you guys are bonding in a deep sense. We've got the union of opposites with the symbol here, which is half masculine, half feminine, and then above we also have the masculine and feminine energy. And there's actually a fire symbol there. It's the upside down fire symbol, but the red triangle is fire. So you've got this energy that's really tapping into your relationship. There's some divine passion building, but you're also been able to fire, when you're in a relationship, you're able to overcome complications. I'm getting this image of transmutation, kind of alchemy aspect, where you're connecting and you're also overcoming. You and your partner have overcome a great deal, is what I'm hearing. You've come to a point of one mind within the relationship. If you look at it from a biblical sense, the two become one. It's a union of spirits, and it's generally a union of opposites. And the opposite is the masculine feminine energy. Doesn't matter what, if you're a same-sex couple or not, it's the union of opposites. You bring these two opposite energies together and beautiful things happen. And that's what I'm getting for this. So let's take a peek. We're in our crown chakra, so this also ties into spirituality is strong in your relationship, or it's coming into a focus for you. The deity is the Kamaswara, and the divinely handsome Kamaswara, which is an aspect of Shiva down here, sits in oneness with his consort Kamaswari, which is the embodiment of Latita Shakti, the goddess of love. Shiva and Shakti are united as one. Their transformative union illustrates lunar negative feminine energy and sunlit masculine positive energy. We're talking negatives and positives. Think of an electric cord. You have a negative end and a positive end. That's what we're talking about. One is receptive, one is projective. That's the energy. So don't take it weird. But this brings together the current that travels up along the spine to the lower 6 chakras, merging through the crown into duality, which is your Kundalini energy, which is basically the union of all of who you are, spiraling up your spine, connecting you into God's source divine. They're saying if you've not looked into it, look into actual tantric practices, not the weird books you can buy at like that store, but look into the actual Eastern mystic practices of the Kama Sutra and Tantra. It's so far beyond just a couple of fun ways to get down in the bedroom. It's actually a spiritual connection that bonds the two of you in an act of sacred worship that opens you to higher levels of awareness. So fire, you could be getting called into something that actually elevates your connection into a much higher state. Our keywords here are oneness, love, connectedness, pure spirit, your ability to reflect another's truth, which is great for a couple, unity, union, common ground, and being able to agree. I don't think you could find a better card for a couples reading, fire couples. So really, this is about bonding. This is about taking your relationship, which is amazing now, from what I'm getting the vibe of here, gives me goosebumps. You're taking this great relationship and you're actually moving it to a new level. You're taking it deeper. The intimacy between you and your partner is actually lighting things up in a much more powerful way. But I'm also hearing that you are using your relationship as also a connection to God's source divine. As you... Why are they saying that? As you worship the yoni or the lingam, using terms from the Kama Sutra here, apparently, you bond with your partner, but you bond with the god or the goddess that lives within that person. As you connect through those intimate acts, as you worship at those sacred altars, it elevates you to higher and higher frequencies. Really take this next month of March, going through the Ostara, the spring equinox, and use that as a way to springboard and elevate and birth something new, more magical, and elevate your energy into a higher state. So, that's I still have goosebumps over that. That's Source bringing in some interesting information. We have the 5 of Spring as your tarot, opposing goals arising from different opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. Leave the outside world outside. Within your relationship, you and your partner are two against the world, but you've bonded together, so it's really one. You're one in the same, and you don't have to worry about the outside world. The outside world likes to cause chaos, stir drama. You are in a very great space this month, fire couples. You're connecting through your crown, meaning you're spiritually connected, but you're also in a much more tight bond with your partner. We also have the Prince of Summer. I'm still tingling here, sorry. We have a Prince of Summer, romantic, captivating, dramatic, and flirtatious. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during an emotional experience. Fire couples, your bond is getting stronger this month, however that manifests. The outside world is not a place you need to share your relationship. Keep that to yourself. We have these guys kind of giving you the heads up that the outside world is looking to stir some drama. Let them stir their drama out there. They want to stir the, pardon the expression, poo pot. They get to lick the spoon. Over there. Stay out of it. They need to stay out of your relationship. Your relationship is yours. It is unique. It is between the two of you. Keep it that way. They don't need to be involved. They don't need to know. But we also have the Prince of Summer, which is where we get into this romantic thing. So fire, you're a little passionate anyway, just as your nature. So embrace that passion. Do the things that are just to make the other person light up. Whether it's cooking dinner, doing the dishes, drop the kids off at grandma's for a surprise evening date night. Bring them flowers. Do something unique that just makes them smile. If you make their lunches in the morning, slip a little note in there. Something that is personal, but triggers that romantic thing of like, oh yeah, that's what brought me to them in the first place. So fire couples, you guys are in a really good spot. There's a lot of positive spiritual energy surrounding you right now, and this is really elevating your relationship. Even if you're feeling a little bit mundane or kind of blah, God Source Divine wants you to remember you are connected through the crown to the heart of the Creator, but also to your partner. So if that's how it's feeling right now, remind yourself why you fell in love with them in the first place. Don't worry about the fact that they can't make their socks into the hamper to save their life. What was it that caught your attention? Was it that cheeky grin? Was it that way that they turn a phrase? Was it those random jokes that are just so cheesy, but they just make you giggle every single time? Go back to that. Really tap into that and elevate the vibe back up to where it should be, where that connection to source is. In a relationship, there's so much divinity that is possible. Tap back into that and really embrace that as we're going forward in this month of March. So fire, those in relationships, things are getting a little spicy, a little sparkly for you. Enjoy how this manifests. Really tap into how your body is and how your partner is. Fire singles, conquer your fear. Whether it's the fear of, oh, what if I miss out? Then you miss out. It's okay. Because you're not missing out on something that's not already in the game plan. Work with your friends group. Be a really good friend. Open up to the joy of being who you are, and the right person will be magnetically drawn into that. So fire couples, connect with your crown, see what happens. Fire singles, ground into yourself. Be that positive, flaming person that you are, however that manifests, and enjoy the rest of this month, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.